You think you know the 8 blood types, but there are hidden lineages flowing through the veins of a select few that science is only just beginning to understand. 1. The primal survivor, O positive. Before borders, before empires, before we were farmers, we were survivors. And the blood that flowed through our veins was, for the most part, of one kind. It was O positive. It's not just the most common blood type on Earth, flowing in nearly 4 out of every 10 people. It is the ancestral bloodline. It's humanity's default setting, a biological echo from our oldest hunter-gatherer ancestors. Its power isn't in its rarity, but in its overwhelming utility. In an emergency room, O positive is the majority leader. It can be safely given to any patient with a positive blood type. This creates a massive safety net for the population. It's compatible with A positive patients. It's compatible with B positive patients. It's compatible with AB positive patients. And of course, it's compatible with other O positive patients. The vast majority of the population can receive it in a moment of desperation. Blood banks don't just ask for O positive. Their entire supply chain is built on its constant, reliable flow. But this ancient blood comes with a hidden evolutionary price tag. On one hand, type O carriers seem to possess a strange kind of neural armor. Studies consistently show they have a significantly lower risk of developing cognitive decline, including dementia and Alzheimer's, as they age. Your blood may literally be protecting your mind. But here's the trade-off. That ancestral code also leaves a door wide open for one of the most successful bacterial invaders in human history. This bacteria is called Helicobacter pylori. If you are type O, this bug, the culprit behind the searing pain of most stomach ulcers, has an easier time latching onto your stomach lining than in any other blood type. We even see this weakness with other devastating gut infections like norovirus. As one viewer noted, type O individuals often get hit with one bad stomach bug at least once a year, despite being otherwise perfectly healthy. It's a vulnerability written into your very cells. And that's not all. Your blood flows differently too. Type O blood has lower levels of clotting factors. This is a spectacular advantage for your heart, dramatically lowering the risk of deadly blood clots. But in a major trauma, that free-flowing blood can become a terrifying liability, making it much harder for doctors to stop a, quote, hemorrhage. 2. The agrarian architect, A positive. If type O is the blood of the survivor, A positive is the blood of the builder. It's the second most common blood type on the planet, found in about 3 out of every 10 people. It didn't emerge on the open savanna. It emerged in the first crowded settlements. It is the blood of the, quote, agricultural revolution. As humans shifted from protein-rich hunting to grain-based farming, our diets and our diseases changed. And our blood adapted. The A antigen that defines this type is thought to be an evolutionary shield, offering a more robust immune response against the new plagues of civilization. These were the festering infections of dense populations. Medically, its high prevalence makes it another workhorse for blood banks. It's easy to find and manage since A-positive patients can safely receive blood from both A and O-positive donors. But this evolutionary bargain comes with a staggering price. That A antigen, so good at fighting ancient plagues, is also very sticky. It makes type A blood cells more likely to clump together. Some individuals with this type describe their blood as having a natural thickness, almost a blood paste, causing wounds to clot almost instantly. This means a significantly higher baseline risk for dangerous, quote, blood clots, stroke, and heart disease compared to type O. And the vulnerability no one saw coming? Stress. Type A individuals are biologically wired for a state of high alert. Studies show they naturally produce higher baseline levels of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Viewers with this blood type have reported being diagnosed with, quote, stress disorders and needing medical intervention just to manage their body's self-destructive response to anxiety. In the ancient world, this fight-or-flight readiness was a huge advantage. In the modern world, it's a chronic burden. This means for type A, the worries of modern life, the work deadlines, the traffic jams, the constant notifications are felt more deeply, right down to the cellular level. It's a biological echo of a past that no longer exists. It's the blood of the farmer and the city dweller. Resilient, adaptable, but branded with the mark of civilization, and all the stress that comes with it. 3. The nomadic warrior, B positive. While O and A dominate globally, B positive tells a story of movement and adaptation. Found in only about 1 in 10 people, this isn't the blood of the first survivor or the first farmer. This is the blood of the wanderer. Its genetic signature is a traveler. It has a fascinating, uneven distribution, reaching its highest frequencies in the highlands of Central Asia and the bustling populations of the Middle East. It's a biomarker that spread with the great nomadic migrations, a testament to a bloodline that thrived in the harshest, most changeable environments on Earth. Many with this blood type still feel that ancestral call, reporting a spiritual need to be on the move, or face psychological distress when forced to stay put. This constant movement forged a unique, quote, immune system. Unlike the general defenses of, quote, type O, type B developed a specialized toolkit. Its B antigens are linked to a powerful resistance against some of history's most brutal bacterial enemies. But specialization always creates a blind spot. That highly tuned immune system can overreact. This leaves type B individuals more susceptible to developing long-term inflammatory and autoimmune conditions. We see cases where this overactive system attacks the body itself, leading to conditions like transverse myelitis or chronic autoimmune diseases. Their body's defense system is sometimes too good at its job, and that nomadic legacy is still visible in your metabolism. Some evidence suggests type B has a different toolkit for processing carbohydrates and fats, a remnant from a diet rich in meat and fermented dairy from a pastoral life. It's an ancient machine that can struggle with the high-sugar, processed food diet of the modern world. In the hospital, its moderate compatibility means it has a decent donor pool. But because far fewer people have it, blood banks have to work much harder to keep it in stock. Type B is an evolutionary fingerprint of a people who would never stay put, a bloodline built for a world that was always just over the horizon. 4. The modern paradox, AB positive. But what happens when you combine the blood of the builder, A, with the blood of the wanderer, B? You get the rarest positive blood type on Earth, a, quote, biological mystery that shouldn't exist. AB positive. This is the paradox of human blood. AB positive is the newest, most complex, and rarest of all the positive types. It's not an ancient echo from the savannah. It's a modern biological blend, the result of type A and type B populations intermingling relatively recently in human history. Its defining feature is a medical superpower. Because its red blood cells have everything, both A and B antigens, its immune system recognizes all other blood types as friendly. This makes AB positive the universal recipient. In a catastrophic emergency, they can receive red blood cells from any donor. They can take blood from an quote AB donor. They can take blood from an O donor. The Rh positive or negative factor doesn't matter. However, many people misunderstand this gift, believing they are useless as donors because they can only give red blood cells to other type AB people. This is only half true. While their cells are exclusive, AB positive donors are actually the universal plasma donors for males, a critical resource for trauma patients. But this complexity, this newness, comes with a shocking vulnerability that has nothing to do with, quote, transfusions. That welcoming nature also applies to its, quote, immune system. By not having to fight A or B antigens, its defense system can become overly tolerant. This leaves AB types more vulnerable to certain bacterial infections like E. coli and Salmonella. Viewers with AB positive blood have reported consistently getting sick from Salmonella every flu season, confirming this chink in the biological armor. In a way, the gates are left unguarded. Even more disturbing is the toll it can take on the mind. Multiple large-scale studies have shown that AB-type individuals have a significantly higher risk of developing cognitive impairment and memory loss later in life than all other blood types. It's a great mystery, the most receptive blood type on Earth, but one that pays a steep, silent price for its modern complexity. 5. The silent hero, O negative. We're only halfway through. We've covered the positive blood types, but the rarest, most critical ones are still ahead, including the one that can save everyone. O negative, this is the hero. O negative is not common, found in less than 7% of the population. But its power isn't in what it has, it's in what it lacks. Its red blood cells are blank slates. They have no A antigen. They have no B antigen. Most importantly, they have no Rh factor. They are biologically anonymous. Some with this blood type joke that this emptiness means they have no soul. But biologically, it means they are the ultimate savior. This emptiness is what makes O negative the universal donor. In the chaos of an ER, when a patient is bleeding out and there's no time to type their blood, O negative is the only choice. It can be given to anyone, positive or negative, without triggering a catastrophic immune reaction. Every unit of O negative in a blood bank is treated like liquid gold. It's the first blood paramedics reach for, the first blood surgeons demand. It is quite literally the difference between life and death in the most critical moments. But for the person with this blood, it's a dangerous condition. While they can give to everyone, they can only receive from their own tiny group, other O negative donors. And that's not their only weakness. Just like O positive, they are more susceptible to severe gut infections like cholera and norovirus. But the greatest risk is coded into reproduction. If an O negative mother carries an Rh positive baby, her immune system can see the baby's blood as a foreign invader. Her body can create, quote, antibodies to attack and destroy her own child's, quote, red blood cells. It is the blood of the ultimate savior, a universal gift to all of humanity, but a deep and personal risk for the one who carries it. 6. The rare architects, a negative and B negative. A negative. This is the blood of scarcity. A negative is one of the rarest types, found in less than 2% of the world's population. In some regions, it's so rare that doctors have to run the test multiple times to believe the results. Its red blood cells carry the A antigen, the mark of the ancient farmer. But like O negative, it completely lacks the Rh factor. This combination creates a high-stakes medical tightrope. Because it's so rare, a negative blood is a precious and carefully guarded resource. But the real pressure is on the person who has it. If they need a transfusion, their options are dangerously limited. They can only receive blood from other, quote, A negative donors or from the almighty O negative pool. That's it. Their safety net is incredibly small. Like their A positive brethren, they carry the evolutionary legacy of early agricultural societies, a robust immune defense against certain bacterial infections that once plagued early civilizations. But this is overshadowed by the same reproductive risk faced by O negative. An A negative mother's immune system can and will attack her Rh positive child if left unchecked. Before modern medicine, this genetic lottery had tragic consequences, turning a pregnancy into a biological battlefield. To be a negative is to carry the strength of the builder, but with a constant, hidden fragility, a rare and delicate balance that few on Earth possess. And then there's B negative. This is one of the rarest blood types in the world, flowing in the veins of only about 1% of the population. It is the blood of the quote-unquote nomadic wanderer, combined with the extreme rarity of lacking the quote-unquote Rh factor. For the person who carries it, this, quote, genetic signature creates one of the most medically precarious situations imaginable. In a hospital, their donor pool is almost non-existent. They can only receive, quote, red blood cells from other, quote, B-negative donors or from the universal O-negative donor. In a major emergency, finding a compatible match is a desperate race against time. Many with this blood type live with a constant fear of the blood supply running out in an emergency. Every single unit of donated B-negative is flagged, tracked, and guarded as a high-priority, life-saving resource. Like other quote-unquote B types, their quote-unquote evolutionary fingerprint is a map of ancient migration. But this heritage is completely overshadowed by its sheer scarcity. To have B-negative blood is to be part of a tiny, statistically infinitesimal fraction of humanity. It carries a biological identity that is both a unique link to a nomadic past and a profound, constant vulnerability in the modern world. 7. The statistical ghost, AB negative. But there is a blood type that makes B negative look common, a type so rare it's a vanishing act, pushing the very limits of human genetics. AB negative. This isn't a blood type, it's a statistical ghost. AB negative is the rarest of all 8 types, found in less than 0.5% of the global population. For perspective, you are more than 80 times more likely to be O positive. It is the newest blood type. It is the absolute frontier of human variation. For the person who has it, their red blood cells are a fortress. They can only receive blood from other negative donors. O negative, A negative, B negative, or their own tiny AB negative group. But this incredible rarity hides one last strange superpower. While their red blood cells are the most exclusive, their plasma, the liquid gold that carries the cells, is the exact opposite. Their plasma contains no aggressive, quote, antibodies, making it universally safe. This is why they are the, quote, universal plasma donor. Their plasma can be given to any patient of any blood type, making it one of the most valuable medical resources on the planet. It is the ultimate paradox of blood. The rarest person on Earth, who can receive red blood cells from almost no one, holds the unique power to save everyone with their plasma. 8. The impossible bloodlines, Bombay and RH null. You thought we were done with the 8 types, but nature has a few secrets that aren't on any chart. Deep in the genetic code, there are anomalies that make even AB negative look abundant. First, there's the Bombay blood group, also known as the HH blood type. First discovered in Bombay in 1952, this phenotype is a biological disguise. Standard blood tests can misidentify it as, quote, type O, but it actually lacks the H antigen, the biological scaffolding that the A and B antigens attach to. It is so rare that it occurs in only 1 in 1 million people in, quote-unquote, Europe, and 1 in 10,000 in, quote, India. If you have this blood, you can't receive O negative or any other common blood type. You can only receive blood from another Bombay individual. And finally, there is golden blood, known to science as RH null. This is the holy grail of hematology. RH null individuals lack all 61 antigens in the RH system, not just the positive or negative factor. It is so rare that fewer than 50 people on the entire planet have ever been identified with it. Their blood is the true, quote, universal blood for rare types within the RH system. But for the person carrying it, it's a life of extreme caution, as they can rely on almost no one else for a transfusion. 9. The genetic lottery. So how do you get your blood type? It's not always straightforward. You could be type B, even if your parents are type A and type AB, due to the hidden math of recessive genes. Your blood is more than a medical file. It's a diary written by your ancestors. It tells a story of where you come from, what your ancestors survived, and the hidden strengths and weaknesses you carry every single day. Whether you are a universal donor, a universal recipient, or one of the rare few with quote-unquote golden blood, you are a living link in an ancient, unbroken chain of survival. So which of these blood types are you? Let me know in the comments and share the one thing from this video that surprised you the most. If you want to explore more of the shockingly interesting things others are too afraid to touch, hit that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, welcome home.